Yeah, here's the end of it. See, look, man, let me tell you something. They expect the mark of the beast to come wipe us out. Let me help you understand something, buddy. First of all, let me help you understand something about the mark of the beast, the 3-6. You think that's going to wipe out the prophet, right? Let me tell you something. First of all, 3-6 is in the Bible. Three six comes from the Bible, which means you don't have no type of dictatorship over when it happens. 3-6 is not even an evil number necessarily. It's what comes from basically it's Bible prophecy, right? And I'm not trivializing it when I say it like that. But it has its origin from prophecy from the Bible. So when you insinuate as a community 3-6 and 6-3, that's from the Bible. That's how corny they are. You insinuating Bible prophecy about the mark of the beast or whatever's supposed to happen, right? Okay. But remind you, God brings all of that to pass. So let me help you understand something, buddy. While you insinuating 3-6 and 6-3, America don't even have to be here to see it. Oh, listen, let's listen. America is not going to be here as you know it to see it. America is not going to be here to see it. Let me help you understand something. In order for there to be a one world government, a new world order, you know what that means? America has to be totally destroyed in order to give their sovereignty to the one world government. So this America as you see it is inevitable that it has to go. See, what you taught from maybe even Christian movies, maybe even these last days post-apocalyptic movies, you thought that it was gonna be this glitzy, happy, evil world where y'all got the mark of the beast. Nope, it ain't gonna be like that. You know what it's gonna be like? In all actuality, America has to fall in order for them to join the one world government. You know, when I say they have to fall, you know what that means? It's gonna go right down the way that the prophet has said it's gonna go. All this country, the systems have to fall. When it falls, they're gonna be so desperate to survive that they join a one world government. Let's ponder that. See, I was just like you about 10, 20 years ago. I thought the whole American community was going to be evil, and then they're going to be on their laptops playing games and eating pizza and being wicked. It ain't going to be like that. You know what it's going to be like? You know that now we're in 2026, you know what it's actually going to be? What it's actually going to be is that your community is going to be so desperate to survive. That's why they're going to join the one world government. Because these racist white redneck Texans is not going to give up the sovereignty of America to be on an even playing ground with everybody, with every other country. They're not going to do that. These Texans, these rednecks Texans, and these rednecks Floridians down in Florida, they're not going to give up. Now I want you to think about it. These white people are not going to join no one world government. That's you on that witchcraft evil stuff. These rednecks don't care nothing about that. And ain't no way you can make them care about it. They ain't gonna ever care about no witchcraft and Illuminati and Freemason. They ain't gonna never care about that. All of them, all these rednecks, all these crazy, no. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. What I realized, what the Lord showed me. What's gonna actually happen is America is gonna fall apart so bad that even these Texans and rednecks and all these people are gonna want to join. America ain't never want to join nobody else ever, have they? Why would they want to do it in the end? Oh, because of evil people persuasion? Because of the persuasion of evil people? Nope. They ain't gonna join it then. They ain't gonna join the one world government under who would you even do that? If you was on top of the world, why would you join other countries? Because you're that evil. Well, evil would say we ain't joining nobody. Real evil would let them starve. We ain't joining nobody. That's what the Americans been doing, letting everybody starve. So why would they join it now? They are going to join the one world government and issue what you call the mark of the beast only after total destruction of America, doing it out of desperation. It's only going to be done out of desperation. Now you see what I'm saying? So the America, as you know, as you're trying to insinuate the 3-6 and all that foolishness, listen, let me tell you, let me explain, let me clarify that for you. In order for that to happen, this country's gonna be gone. Now you see where we're going. You talking to the prophet, buddy. I'm not saying nothing funny. I ain't saying nothing crazy. This is what God showed me. This country has to be gone before the mark of the beast. It ain't gonna be just like this. Why would they join it? Why would they do it? It's gonna be out of total desperation. We might not even have a president. We might not even have a leader like that. We might not even have Congress and Republicans and Democrats as you know it. That's gonna be all gone. And then they're gonna be desperate enough to join the one world government just for their American community to survive. Now that's 3-6. That's 666, little buddy. Where America joins the one world government just to survive. So don't ever insinuate. My point is, don't ever insinuate no codes to me about no 3-6 and 6-3 and all of that, because that's an indication of your demise as Americans. Now you know from the prophet. Okay, you got it good. Now, this is basically the conclusion of fasting against the American gang stalkers. I wanted to do a conclusion. The conclusion is an apology is not good enough for all they've done. Apologies are for children. Apologies are not good enough for grown adults. You train your child to learn how to apologize by teaching them to verbally apologize to other children. By the time you become a grown man or a grown woman, you are beyond verbal apologies. To where now real issues between adults become a legal issue. And this has become a legal issue beyond ghetto apologies, beyond redneck apologies. It's not good enough. Now the apology has to be monetary. It has to be money involved. You teach your children how to apologize. Go apologize for pushing her down. Go apologize for pushing him down. Because you teach them what you're doing with verbal apologies that are for children. Foundationally, you're teaching them to take responsibility for their actions. You teach them with verbal apologies. By the time you're a grown man or woman, you are beyond verbal apologies. So an apology is not good enough. That's like Dumb and Dumber. All this suitcase of IOUs. Well, that's good as real money. You like Jim Carrey with a whole suitcase full of IOUs. That ain't gonna work. And what worked? What was she looking for? The money. What was the whole movie about on Dumb and Dumber for these dumb people? The money. Him going cross country to try to give that woman the money, right? Then he opened it up and gave her a whole bunch of IOUs after he used the money. You trying to give me a whole bunch of IOUs, and it ain't gonna work. I'm too grown. This is how you know I ain't one of them superhero anime little guys. How you know I ain't an anime little guy is because I'm talking about my money. That's what a grown man gonna be talking about. So what I'm trying to show you is I'm not bent on destruction, which is fasting against these people, giving offers against these people, and doing all this stuff against these people. And like I just want to just destroy these people. I talked to them about my bag, about my money. They took it as a joke. They took it as a game until they seen the spiritual manifestations. That's what happened. Now they see the spiritual manifestations. Now they wish they would have got a bag for me. I tried to tell them. So once again, the lowest amount of money I was looking for from people that support me was $231,000. That's just to get me off the streets during the duration of the Trump administration, right? So during the duration of the Trump administration, that's getting me off the streets. For 3 more years, that will be hotel expenses, clothing, and food for the next 3 years. That's $231,000 roughly at most average hotels. Because certain hotels are different from others, I would just say $250,000, a cool $250,000. Another $19,000 just for case, something come up. Just in case something else come up. So basically, $231,000 to $250,000 is what I need to get off the streets for the next 3 years during the duration of the Trump administration. During that duration, which is the next 3 years, I would have hotel expenses covered, I would have food covered, I would have clothing covered, and everything in between. Okay? The next number is 2.5 million. That first number is just people that support me. The second number is $2.5 million. That's the lowest I can go for what all America did against me that they don't think I'm aware of. The whole culture, all the famous people, all the community, all of that. All the movies made insinuating things, all the stuff made, all the TV shows, all the stuff, all the culture, all the black community, Hispanic and Latino community, the white people, the white rednecks down in Florida, and everything in between, the rednecks over there in San Francisco too. The lowest I could go is $2.5 million for everything you've done. That's the lowest I can go. And most people say that was a good deal. That's the lowest I can go. $2.5 million. $2,500,000. $2.5 million. Right? That's as low I can go. Now, the original number had nothing to do with the duration of the Trump administration, obviously. The original number had nothing to do with me getting off the streets for the next 3 years during the Trump's administration, during the duration of it. This was just based on all the stuff they did from Florida, California, New York, and here in North Carolina. They made Disneyland with me in my life, just me by myself. Each city would be like a theme park of psychological games. Can you imagine that? If you being gang stalked, can you imagine? So let me clarify this once again. I'm gonna be saying this moving forward. I'm gonna keep saying this. I am an extreme case of gang stalking. I'm not the average case. I'm an extreme case where they made it like a black man strong competition against a black man, challenging my strength, challenging my humility. All over the country, using children, men, and women in all kind of psychological games from Florida to California to North Carolina to New York. That price tag for you making Disneyland out of this whole country is $707 million. And it's right. It's right. If it was a rich person, that's a good question. If it was a rich person in America, how much would they charge you for what you did to me? That's 7 hours. How much would a rich person charge you for all the gang stalking from Florida to California to New York to North Carolina? How much would they charge you for gang stalking them in New York City? For turning it into a game of a pedophilia entrapment psychological operation, blood sport in New York. How much would a rich person charge? About the same money that I'm charging, $707 million. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that a rich person would charge you America $707 million after being gang stalked in 4 major cities for years, counting 12 years. How much you think a rich person would count up after 12 years of gang stalking from California to Florida to North Carolina to New York? How much would they charge you? Huh? Listen, you can't blame people in my family. You gotta I've been covered this. It wouldn't matter who it was in my family that said something. I don't care about that. You are responsible for your own actions. Wasn't it you that took it all up here? It wasn't nobody in my family. Who was in my family in New York up here gang stalking? It was you. It was Americans. You got to take responsibility for your part, and your part has made you liable $707 million without anybody else from my family. You talking about my family and what I know and don't know. I don't need to know nothing about who it was in my family anymore. I don't care about that anymore. See, I'm on a whole nother level. I'm on a whole nother level where I don't even care about who it was. I done made peace with everybody in my family. I don't care about who it was. You know what I care about? I care about all these other people. That's what I care about. I care about all these other people everywhere that was playing games in California, playing games in Florida, playing games in New York and North Carolina. That's who I care about. And guess what? Whether you talking about what people in my family said or not, I don't care about that. I care about your position, and your position. I deserve with your position. I deserve money based off of your position. Huh? I deserve money based off of your position. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody else in the family. I don't want to hear nothing about that. We talking about your position. Guess what? You owe me $707 million. And I know you know I'm real, and I know you know this money. Listen, this spirituality is real, and it ain't playing no games with you. God ain't playing no games with you. So you can go find all the Christians you want to try to tell you and make you feel like it ain't nothing gonna happen and feel comfortable with this situation and feel like I'm a crazy person. You can make them go ahead. Knock yourself out, buddy. Knock yourself out. Go find all these Christians that make you feel comfortable in your narrative. And listen, I'm gonna still be sitting right here watching World War III basically unfold right before our very eyes. Because this ain't going backwards. And maybe that's the reason why you don't want to get the money. Maybe you feel this ain't going backwards. It ain't no need. But listen, I can't tell you what God will do and won't do. I can't tell you that. Even as a prophet, I cannot tell you what God will do and not do. He might do something great for this whole community. He might, I don't know. But I can tell you it ain't going to get no better until I get a significant amount of money. It's not going to get any better, buddy. So the wise champion, the champions of America are going to say, we gambled all our lives. I'd rather take a gamble and help this person. Whether it's going to work out, I ain't going to be a punk and say, well, it ain't going to work out anyway. We just going to die. Nah. I think you should do what you can. See, that's the confirmation. Hear that bird singing? Listen, man. Get my money. Okay? I've sent money to Colombia, South America, in the Medellin community. I've sent money to Mexico City. I'm not playing any games. I'm sending money to New Orleans. I've sent money to Peru. I sent money to Guadalajara, right? In the Jalisco community, where the biggest cartel. I've sent money there too. The Jalisco community in Mexico, the Jalisco community. I've sent money there, churches there, giving money to those churches there. I'm not playing any games. Listen, I want that money more than anything else. I can't do nothing with people that's dead. I can't get nothing out of that. I'd rather have my money, right? But listen, I could go either way. Money bag or body bag. I don't care which one. Money bag or body bag. For this community, I don't care which one. See, this is what I've been through. I can only speak for me. This is what I went through. 4 major states gang stalking me. That's what I went through. I want my money. That's it. That's all. Listen, that's all I'm talking about, bro. This is the conclusion of why we fasting against these people. Until I get my money, we're gonna continue to fast. We're gonna continue to give offerings to Mexico City, to the Jalisco area, to Guadalajara, to Colombia, the Medellin area, South America, Colombia. Oh yeah, I'm doing all of that. I done dug in. I'm sending money to Japan. I'm sending money to Taiwan. I'm already engaged in spiritual warfare in World War III. I'm already engaged. Okay? I'm sending money to Egypt. I done sent money to Egypt. And I'm not bragging. I'm showing you my rank. I'm showing you my positions. This has become an open case. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. See, the spiritually mature person realize it has become a whole open case. And so what you might think should be said in secret needs to be said openly. They owe you money. They playing in your face. They doing a lot of underhanded stuff as well. This is why everything needs to be understood. Because it's a real war. Now I'm showing you my moves. You follow me? I'm showing you this, what I'm doing as moves, chess moves. And what's going to continue to happen. As opposed to if this wasn't happening, then these would be things I would do more in secret. So now these situations, now that our giving offerings and our fasting is spiritual warfare, it is revealed openly to our enemies. As our moves, as in the context of military spiritual operations. You got me? You follow me? Okay. Because see, it was one time where they ain't even take me seriously. They was laughing me to a scorn. They was laughing me to a scorn until we turned up. Until everything went up. Now it ain't funny no more. Now it's not funny no more, is it? It's not funny no more. We're not gonna let you play in our face for free, right? So this is the conclusion. We're gonna continue to fast as God's people. Why these Americans insinuating the New World Order, the 666? Listen, buddy, you ain't even gonna make it as a community to 666. You don't realize that, did you? You ain't realize that, did you? You ain't gonna make it as what we see as what it is now. That ain't gonna make it to no 666. You've been watching too many old post-apocalyptic movies. This ain't gonna, what you see as America is not gonna make it to no 666. Now you know. Talk to the people that read the book where it comes from. You know where 666 comes from? The Bible. Don't you tell these corny people who got 666 tattoos that comes from Bible prophecy. Well, 666 comes from Bible prophecy. You couldn't make up your own thing, could you? You couldn't make up your own thing, could you? Well, satanic as you is, I would think you would be able to make up your own thing. You couldn't make up your own thing. You had to choose Bible prophecy, didn't you? You chose to use Bible prophecy, didn't you? See, when I laugh in your face like that, you know you in trouble. Well, yeah. You see what problems you got? You insinuating 666 while you won't be here. You won't be here. Not as a community, not like this. See, I'm with God for real. They even act like I was against the Christians. Against Christians. Man, listen, buddy, I'm putting in the most work. I'm out here on the front lines. But listen, but I don't look like you want me to look. I don't act like you want me to act. I act as a general, a soldier, executing spiritual military operations against these same bastards that played in our face. Yeah. You listen, man, ain't nothing greater than God's kingdom. Ain't nothing ever gonna be greater. And now America realizes, listen, ain't nothing gonna be greater than God's kingdom, bro. No, I'm sorry to tell you. Ain't nothing gonna be greater than God's kingdom. Ever. And now you see, you didn't anticipate that, did you? That God was gonna rise his kingdom up above America. You talking about, well, this is America. You know how them racist white people are. Well, this is America. This is America. I don't care where we at. This is God's kingdom that's been here way before America. See how we look at it? Well, this is God's kingdom. It's way older than America, way more respected than America. In fact, we as Christians have been feeding half of your population the whole time. Well, how many Christian soup kitchens are there in America? How many Christian shelters, not part of the government, not Salvation Army shelter? How many Christian shelters that's been clothing, feeding, and housing your American community? Christians been helping Americans the whole time. Show me Muslims that's been helping Christians in homeless shelters. Show me Muslims that's been feeding Americans. Muslims don't feed no Americans. Muslims ain't been clothing us, housing us, putting us in shelters, getting us off the streets. The Christians been doing that. We the ones been putting in work, even helping the Americans with their own population. Shame on the Americans for you to even play with me. Man, listen. No witchcraft. Was the witchcraft community feeding the homeless? Did the Illuminati feed the homeless? Did the Freemasons really feed the homeless without looking for a pat on the back for it? Oh, they look for a pat on the back for it. Freemasons, you ain't gonna never be the same again, and you already know it, buddy. You already know, man. See, in the end, you were defeated by a prophet, which is fitting for you, being that you think you're so intelligent and knowledgeable. You're the real workers of the community. You look at us like as Christians that we're pathetic. That's how the Freemasons look at us, right? Because we don't have nothing material wise, at least right now, as of August 5th, 2026. But you know, what made you pathetic is, ironically, as you as Freemasons call yourself builders. Oh, you didn't think I knew, did you? I know a little more about you than you think than you know about me. I know a little bit more about you than you think I do. I know that you think you're the builders of the community, but ironically, you destroyed what you built. In the end, trying to play with the prophet, you destroyed what you built as Freemasons. Now, didn't you? Yes. That's why you're mad. You know why you're mad at me? You know why you're mad in general? You mad in general, ain't you? You're mad in general, ain't you? You're mad in general, ain't you? The Freemasons, you mad in general, ain't you? You in generally mad, ain't you? I laugh in your Freemason face, don't you see? I laugh in your face. You know why you mad? Because you contradicted yourself to the point where you don't even make sense no more as a community. For what you stand for don't even make sense. You were supposed to be builders. That's all you talk about, right? The science is science. I know all about it. I know enough. I know that it was inevitable for you to clash with God's people. I know it was inevitable for Freemasons to clash with the prophet, because you think you the ones that know God, and you think you the builders. You think you're everything. We know it's you. So if you think I'm confused between the term Illuminati and all these other things, we know it's the Freemasons. Okay? You got it good. We know it's you. But we know that a lot of other people helped you. And so it became an all-out spiritual war against the Americans. See, I have to say that because you might not think I know it's you. I know it's you. I know you're the only one that had enough time to really build in this country to do the sophisticated guerrilla warfare that you're doing against the Christians. You're the only one that had that much time to build this sophisticated attack against Christians. You're the only one. I don't know nothing about no Illuminati really like that and all that, what they doing here, but I know about you. And I know you're the only one. The Freemasons, you're the only one that had enough time to do these type of significant attacks against us. Okay? Thought I was stupid, didn't you? Now you realize I'm not. You're the only one that had enough time to build something like this around us. Not the Illuminati, the Freemasons. Okay? And just if Jesus was here, you would say we wouldn't fight Jesus. Yes, you would. Yes, you would, because he would be fighting the present day issues in your community. You would find something to accuse him of. You would have some reason you hate him because of your, how I put this, your worldviews and your satanic spirituality. You would have a problem with Jesus. I guarantee you that. Oh yeah. Now the smart people realize that. Oh yeah. That's why you got a problem with me. You know why you got a problem with me? Because I am in the spirit of Jesus. I am his servant. I am his disciple. I am not Jesus. I am his servant. And it was inevitable, whether you accept it or not, and I accept it, that me and you clash as Freemasons against God's people. It was inevitable, because you're the ones, you're like the modern day Pharisees. You're the modern day Sadducees. You're the modern day Pharisees. That's what you are. The Freemasons are the modern day Pharisees. That's all it is. They're gonna say, well, we kept the law, we did this, they just like the Pharisees. We've done this, we've given to charities, we've helped this, we've done right? But you're like a snake. You're like a furious wolf. You're like some type of animal beast we never seen before, from a foreign land or something. That's what you've become. And it don't matter how much good you do as Freemasons. Yeah, listen, this is you trying to trigger me. I'm just responding to you trying to trigger me just a minute ago, and you think I'm stupid. This is what this energy is all about. Listen, we know it's you. Listen, I don't let nothing get past me, buddy. We know it's you as Freemasons. And you got the Hispanics and Latinos on your side. You got black people, white people on your side. You got police on your side. We know it's you. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm already fasting against the Freemasons. I'm already fasting against you as a whole community. I know it's 6 million of you worldwide, roughly. It's 6 million Freemasons worldwide. You got about 2 million here, over 2 million Freemasons here in America. Oh, I know the numbers. So you see, I've educated myself. I educate myself on everything. I know that it's you. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Unless you get my money, because I know it's you. Listen, you Freemasons, let me tell you, little bastard, something. Unless you get my money, listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm talking to you as a man. I ain't in no flesh. I ain't in no evil spirit. I'm talking to you as a man. I'm talking to you about real stuff that you know you've done for real, right? Until you get my money, it ain't gonna be no peace between me and you. I'm talking about only me, not nobody else in my family, not nobody else. Me. Me and you ain't gonna never have no peace. As Freemasons, me and you, you being Freemasons, I ain't gonna have no peace with you. You got to get my money, or somebody with you. And guess what's gonna happen? Listen, man, listen, this is the showdown, don't you see? God's kingdom is not gonna be played with. This is the showdown. God's kingdom is gonna be above all these gangsters and every threat and hitman and mafias and all that, cartels and everything. God's kingdom, I'm gonna tell you something as a prophet. God's kingdom is gonna be respected above the mafia, the mob, all these people. That's why he chose me to play this position. That's why I can't let nobody critique my position, because I'm going to speak with a language that's going to command respect from cartels, thugs, and gangsters and everything in between for God's kingdom. Oh, you thought I was just the average Christian rapper? I'm talking to nah, no disrespect. But see, I really came out here and had to deal with the streets. Why some of these Christian rappers don't have to deal with the street. I had to really deal with it. And what God did was use my position for me to rise up, for his kingdom to rise up above all these gangsters, thugs in the streets and the cartels and criminals and everything in between. See, the street kingdom don't want to admit it, but they disrespected God too. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You disrespected God's kingdom. The streets had to be involved. It was too many. Listen, man, I was in too many bad neighborhoods for you to tell me the streets wasn't involved. I was down in Southside Jamaica, and I seen the energy. I know the streets was involved. And I don't care what it was about. I don't care what reason. And like I told you, I don't care if it was people in my family, because family gonna love each other. You should have knew that. You gonna play yourself, because family gonna be back with each other and love each other. While you sitting up there looking stupid trying to defend something that somebody from my family told you, guess what? Me and them are gonna be straight, and you gonna be the enemy. You should have knew that. Push come to shove, in the average situation, we gonna be back straight, and you gonna be the enemy, because you went too far. You went further than the family wanted you to go. Did they tell you to go that far? They didn't, did you? Okay, so then you got to take responsibility for your actions. You can't say, well, they told us from your family. I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? How far you took it on your own. Let's ponder that. How far did they take it on their own? How far did you take it on your own? That's what we take. That's what we holding you responsible for. That's what we holding you liable for. How far did you take it on your own? See, a real man can truly understand this. How far did you take it on your own? Huh? That's what you're being held liable for. How far you took it on your own. Okay? That's it. Okay? That's all we talk about. We ain't talking about what you told family, what family told you. Listen, you're a simple-minded person. We way past that. We talking about what you did in California. None of my family was in California, right? What you did in Florida. None of my family was in Florida, right? What you did here in North Carolina. I ain't seen nobody from my family out there. I seen you out there. I seen you in South Charlotte. I seen you on Tyvola Road playing in my face. Not nobody in my family. Who was in New York City? You. No family member was here. You got to take your part. I've been saying this before I even before I even got to this level where I got complete peace in my family, right? Before I even got to this level, I already told you, you can't blame nobody in my family for the whole position you had. You got to take responsibility for your position. You can't blame them. See, you don't see it like that, do you? See, that's maturity in my position. Listen, I'm a rightfully judge every position as it is. And you know what? Family gonna get together, family gonna forgive, and family gonna move past stuff. But guess what? You ain't family. And you should have knew you was gonna play yourself. You should have knew you was gonna play yourself coming out here and with a family issue, and they gonna probably get back together, and you gonna probably be looking stupid, and you gonna probably play yourself like you probably did, and you did probably do it. You did probably do it, didn't you? You did probably do it. You did probably do it. You played yourself. You did probably do it. You can use that for yourself if you want to. They did probably do it, didn't they? All these people out here gang stalking and playing themselves, then they thought they was going to come back and talk about the family. You did probably do it. You played yourself. Listen. You did probably do it. You played yourself, bro. Listen, man, listen. Let me tell you something. I don't know how you came all the way out here for something you couldn't prove anyway. Something you couldn't arrest me for anyway. My freedom speak for itself. Am I arrested? So my freedom speak for itself. If I did something so bad, why I ain't been arrested? If I was the same character, why I ain't been arrested for no sexual charges and child charges and pedophilia charges? You ain't never see me arrested. Much as I travel, I can see if I never travel. Much as I travel, why you ain't see me arrested? Good question, ain't it? I mean, because eventually you're going to do something sketchy, especially when you ain't got no money, you on the streets, you homeless. Okay, explain to me why I ain't never done nothing sketchy. Because I'm a normal person just like you. I grew up, right? And you trying to talk about stuff as a child. And listen, we're two entities in our lifetime. A child and an adult. An adult cannot even be compared. The same mentality can't even be compared to a child. How you was when you was a child. So it's like we're two different entities. As a child and as an adult. When you seen me as an adult sexualize children? When you seen that? So you put an adult brain in a child situation, act like I was an adult in a child situation. When was I an adult with children? So then you can't, how can you tell the community I was a pedophile? Huh? You know what definition you're using, right? That means you're saying I like children as a grown man. That's what you're telling me. When did you see that? When? It's what we asking. And then that's where the bag comes in, the liability comes in. And if you don't stand your ground, I'm telling you, if you've been gang stalked and you don't stand your ground, you're going to be sitting around here looking like a slave, and these people owe you money. Yeah. You black too? Listen, ain't no way in the world you finna gang stalk and play around my face and play with me, and you don't get no charges. You can't arrest me. That's a bag. That's money. Absolutely. And guess what? Guess what, buddy? Here's the bad part for you. You know what the bad part is for you? Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you like a gangster might tell you. Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. If you don't get my money, I am going to put spiritual pressure on your whole community. I'm going to fast against your community. I'm going to fast against these gang stalkers. I'm going to fast and give offerings until it's over. Until it's over for your community. Okay? So you can play this game like you ain't going to get my money. Okay, we can play that game. But guess what, buddy? Guess what? I'm going to be putting pressure, spiritual pressure on your community the whole time until you get my money. Okay? This is what has to happen. God's people have to stand up and open their mouth and stop playing with these people. Until I get my money, I'm putting pressure on this whole community. And you could think I'm a monster, but you was a monster first. How about that? You was a monster first. If I'm a monster, you was a monster. You made me a monster, and you was a monster first. How about that? Playtime is over. You hear me? Playtime is over. I gotta have it. I gotta have my money. And now that I know I'm set up in a perfect situation, listen, we ain't taking no apologies. We're so sorry. Well, listen, that's not good enough. An apology is not good enough. It's not. Being apologetic is not. I don't care about that. That's emotional. That's emotional to me right here. I'm going to be legal. The legal charges is extreme national defamation of character. Oh, you didn't think I had the official charges? All we got to do is get enough people from the community to say that they did that. Well, he can't prove it. Oh, you know what we'll do? All I need is enough people to confirm it. And they gonna do it anyway because they mad at you. They mad at the Freemasons and these so-called Illuminati and whatever else out there. These butthurt black people, these butthurt Hispanic and Latinos, they mad at everybody anyway. They gonna start telling everybody anyway. So collectively, community-wise, everybody know it happened anyway, which means that testimony of a collective community confirming that it happened anyway is going to confirm that I was subject to extreme national defamation of character. That's the charge. You didn't think I had charges, did you? See how smart I is? See how smart I is? I got the charges drawn up. I got the charges wrote up. Extreme national defamation of character. That's the charge. Oh, people get money off that. Matter of fact, when I get off this, I'm gonna go AI how much money people done got for defamation of character. I'm gonna see how much money people done got for defamation of character. The biggest amount of money people done got for defamation of character. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Right here in America. And I'm gonna show you that number by the next time I talk to you. I'm gonna show you the number of some serious numbers of how many, how much money people get off of defamation of character. Because I think you don't listen. I think you think I'm gonna get an IOU like the Dumb and Dumber suitcase. You think I'm gonna get a Dumb and Dumber suitcase, don't you? Well, we'll just get him a Dumb and Dumber suitcase. We'll just get him a Dumb and Dumber suitcase full of IOUs. We'll give him a Dumb and Dumber suitcase full of IOUs, and that'd be good enough. Well, not this time. I need the real money, buddy. Or I'm going to owe you. You know what I'm going to owe you? A fast. I'm going to give offerings. I'm going to do spiritual things until you lose as a community. So if you think you're going to just, oh, well, we don't have to do anything. You know how some people think they think like a young dude in the streets. Well, we're going to run off on him. Oh, you gonna run off on me? Okay. It's victory. This is victory. Listen, you gonna run off on me? Okay. Guess what? I'm gonna be putting pressure on the whole community until I get my money. See, this is the real man conclusion to this situation. You playing with me like I'm a boy. See, people are only afraid of people who can't enforce. People will only, play with people who can't enforce on them. There's two type of people in the world. We say this for every subject, don't we? Well, on every subject, there's two types usually. Let's put it like that. There's two types of people. People who can enforce and people who cannot enforce. People who can enforce physically on people are the only people that people are usually scared of. They won't do this to nobody else who can enforce on them. They won't do this to people who can enforce on their families. They won't do this to people who can take their family away. They won't enforce on people who they feel is no threat. Okay? You enforce on people who you thought couldn't enforce on you. You thought you could play with people who couldn't enforce on you. Now, here's the bad part for you. As a prophet, I can enforce on you, and you realize it, don't you? You realize it, don't you? Yeah. You realize you got to respect me more than the gangster. Because now you realize I can enforce on you. I can get some things done. In fact, I can do more than the gangster could ever think about dreaming of doing. I can do more to your community without even physically doing anything to your community than a gangster could ever even dream of. And I know you realize that, don't you? You realize I can enforce on you way better than a gangster. Uh-huh. You realize it, don't you? So, here's what's going to happen. You're going to probably think that you could just do something to me like you always have. But that's only going to make it worse. Don't you see? Now, if I was without God, if I didn't have God, then you could do whatever you wanted to do and go about your business. And that's the reason why you're thinking like that anyway. The reason why you're thinking like that anyway is because you're used to just sweeping people under the rug. But this time it ain't working. You can't sweep me under the rug. It ain't working, is it? It's not working. We're going to fast. We're going to continue to fast. And we're going to continue to fast. We're going to continue to spiritually blast until you get my cash. And that's what's going to happen. You could think I'm crazy. You could think I lost my mind. That's okay. That's okay. I'll be right here in this same position, watching the beginning of World War III. Because if you think all that stuff in the Middle East is just going to go away, it's just going to go away, huh? It's going to go away. It ain't going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away, bro. Let me tell you something. This is the beginning. Once Trump is out of office, everybody's gonna swarm in on America. Everybody's gonna come against America. Once Trump is out of office, that's all we waiting for. All we waiting for is Trump to get out of office. See, you caused a problem. I know you think you can do something to me. You think you can kill me, but you can't. You can't. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You ain't think I thought about you just thinking it's easier to kill me and get it all over with? Of course you thought about that. You think I ain't think about that? I just thought I would just survive and everybody would just have to sit back and there ain't gonna be nobody thinking about, well, we could just kill him and get it over with. I know you thought that. The problem with that, let me tell you what the problem is with that. I am a prophet of God, that God is going to allow to see your community meet its destruction. I'm going to be allowed to see it. I have to see it. I'm going to see it. So for people these corny people that thought it would just be cool to see me die and live after that and see how it feels to live after the prophet dies, I'm sorry to tell you, that's not going to happen as you think it is. Even if I did die, guess what? Your country is not going to last even 5 years after that. You see what you played with. And let me tell you what you played with. You played with a last days prophet. That's what you played with. You didn't know that, did you? I'm a last days prophet. Listen, you should have knew that was going to happen. Think about it. The last days come and there's going to be some type of significant prophet talking about, outside of Christendom, outside of the church and the pastors, talking about this country. You should have knew that was going to be in place. And I'm that person. And I'm not saying that in arrogance, but that's who it is. That's who it is. I'm that person. You thought you knew God, didn't you? As Americans, you thought you knew what it was to be a Christian. You ain't even clean. Like I was talking about, listen, we gonna get clean for spiritual warfare. We gonna get clean so that, listen, we gonna get our heart clean. We gonna get our mind clean. We gonna get our soul clean. We gonna get clean so we can fight in spiritual warfare. Oh yeah. Listen, I can show you how to do this. Back on the subject of fasting as spiritual weapons, fasting against the gang stalkers. You gotta get clean before you start the fasting. Okay? Get rid of all the stuff in your house that's not of God. Get rid of all the movies. Get rid of all the pornography. Stop masturbating. Stop watching pornography on your phone. Stop looking at nude pictures. Stop getting high and doing drugs and excessively drinking alcohol. When you clean up yourself, and I have to do this too. I done backslid more than one time. Okay? I done backslid more than a handful of times. But the Bible says this. A just man falls 7 times and he rises up again. That's part of a just man. It didn't say a hypocrite falls 7 times and try to get up again. No, it said a just man. He falls 7 times. By the time he falls 7 times, The whole crowd done went away. Everybody done gave up on the person. Because he fell 7 times. But the Bible says a just man falls 7 times. What, you think that's a physical fall? Come on, don't be simple. It's a moral fall. Especially being that it's the Bible. It's a moral fall. He falls 7 times. And he rises up again. Okay? While he's falling, you still can't put your hand on him. See, this is where you messed up. See, when you see me in a fall, you thought you could put your hands on me. When you see me down smoking weed and drinking excessively, blacking out in the streets, you know what I'm saying, having promiscuous sex all the time, you thought you could kick me while I was down, and God attacked you. God will attack you like a wild lion about his people. And you're going to find out if you're a cartoon thinking, well, now he's doing this. Now we can attack. Okay, play that game. This is God's people. You think like a cartoon. Oh, well, now he's doing this. Now we can. Okay. While my story is a just man falls 7 times. That's who I am. I'm still a just man. I failed 7 times, right? Right. See, some of y'all are just like me. You done failed 7 times, and people now, they doubt you. They doubt your level of spirituality. They doubt who you are as a Christian. You done failed 7 times. You done lost the crowd. The crowd is gone. We don't care about the crowd anymore. It's almost over anyway. It's almost over anyway. We don't care about no crowds. Listen, we don't care about that. We don't care about impressing these other people, these other Christians in America. You just got to get back up and get your soul to heaven and get to heaven, and that's all we focused on. We don't care about no sickness in our body. I don't care about nothing going on but getting to heaven. That's it. Hallelujah. That's all we care about. We care about getting to heaven. We don't care about nothing else. We don't care about nothing but getting to heaven and not going to hell. You want to go to hell? Nobody don't want to go to hell. So that's all we focused on. We ain't focused on, well, people see